Is Virgin Voyages the closest thing to all-inclusive dining on a cruise ship with specialty restaurants included as standard? So come with us as we explore all the dining options, including the a la carte restaurants available at no upcharge and with no gratuities. Plus we'll show you how to make the most of the award-winning dining with our top tips and how to seamlessly plan your reservations. And given that snacks and treats are even complimentary, how come their bar tab isn't included? So come with us to find out. Now, anyone who follows this channel will know that quality dining is an essential part of our vacations, and we only stay at all-inclusive resorts that include numerous a la carte restaurants in their package. So as first-time cruisers, we were a little apprehensive, conscious that you could have distinctly different experiences by either taking the base cruise fare and being mainly restricted to the buffets and the main dining hall with the masses, or have to pay an upcharge to use the more exclusive specialty restaurants. Not to mention factoring additional costs such as gratuities and drink package upgrades. But then Virgin Voyages entered the market looking to shake up the cruise industry. Given that they had smaller ships, so not overrun, but still had over 20 eateries from casual to upscale dining. Though it's essential that you make your bookings for those restaurants requiring reservations on the Virgin Voyages mobile app. 60 days pre-departure for Rockstar and 45 days for sailors. But given that you cannot access the entertainment schedule until on board, the moment you can access the ship's free Wi-Fi, you need to book your shows and then tweak your dining reservations accordingly. So beginning on deck 5, let's start our tour and feedback of each of the restaurants. Featured so heavily on social media, this impressive entrance leads us to Pink Agave. But as specializes in contemporary Mexican cuisine, don't expect your traditional burritos, quesadillas and fajitas here. Got your runway moment, babe? Huh? Got your runway moment? Did you? Now, being fortunate enough to be on a 2-week cruise, we were able to eat in most restaurants at least twice, which gave us enough time to fully explore the menus, including some of their signature dishes such as grilled corn, seared shrimp and their famous chocolate tacos. Though left room for their bizarre mezcal chili infused cocktail, it's like crickets in here.
Do they taste nutty?
Sure, what they taste like? Can I tempt you with one?
Maybe.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll try one. Is it nice?
Better than the cricket. Oh, that's spicy. That's got a kick. Staying on deck 5, leaving Pink Agave and moving from the starboard to the port side, you come to Razzle Dazzle. Now, given that the restaurants are all a carbon copy on Virgin Voyages ships, and given feedback that the funky decor was a little reminiscent of TGI Fridays, Virgin Voyages have listened and mixed up the concept at this restaurant moving forward. So although still a heavy focus on vegan and vegetarian dishes, but still with a naughty secret menu if you ask your server, but now rebranding in the evenings on Scarlet Lady to Lucky Lotus for Chinese, and on Brilliant Lady, Rojo for modern Spanish. We've gone for the veggie sunny side hash and added the very, very good sweet smoky bacon to it as well. Now, as only one of 2 restaurants that was open for both, we favoured Razzle Dazzle during the daytime for a casual brunch, though in the evening had a distinctly different atmosphere and was one of the easier restaurants to get in without a reservation. Famous bow tie pasta. Any drinks from the bar? You got one for you, what was it again?
It's a leek pasta. Gone for the rum apple cake with cinnamon ice cream. Grant's gone for carrot cake and the white bean creme brulee.
Now, moving up to deck 6 on the starboard side, you will find Extra Virgin. Now, this elevated Italian restaurant was by far our standout favourite, and we managed to eat here 3 times, but yet still always found something new on the menu to try. And although the decor was not as opulent as the other restaurants, it certainly made up for it in atmosphere in the evenings, as was the busiest restaurant by far. And even if the restaurant is fully booked, if you can get one of these tables at the bar, they will serve dinner here as well. Give your artichoke, babe. It's looking a bit perky. Now, this squid ink seafood pasta and spaghetti with clams were our favourite dishes, along with the antipasti. And although the desserts were excellent, the crowd pleaser was up called the tableside affogato.
Homemade gelato ice cream. So we have 3 flavors: whiskey creamer, vanilla, and chocolate hazelnut, which is a John New York. So we have some toppings there that you can choose. We have almonds. Here we have pine nuts. We have some meringue and the chocolate cheese, right? And some espresso. Some coffee in it.
Staying on deck 6 but crossing over to the port side, you'll come to the experiential dining concept of the test kitchen. Modelled on a laboratory, even the tables are arranged in communal style to make you feel like you're all conducting an experiment together. Plus the matching table settings and even the waitstaff wearing laboratory coats further immerse you into the theme. Now, although the restaurant operates a set menu, it may rotate a second menu on a longer cruise. Though do check with the venue how this is alternated, as our second reservation would have just repeated the menu and we couldn't secure an additional reservation to try the different one. Is it ginger?
Mixture of ginger and cinnamon and something.
So we got a set menu here, apart from the main course, which is the fourth one. So we're going one each. I'm going shrimp and Lorraine's going for the lamb. So it should be an experience. Oh, that clears the sinuses. So aside from the food being presented in a way to be visually very different, the menu was designed to challenge the senses, with many dishes you think would be savoury being sweet and vice versa. Though I'm not sure how serving courses in bowls like this is meant to enhance the appeal. And aside from the bizarre mix of flavours, the portion sizes were decidedly small. So although we embrace the novel approach, we would, however, eat at other restaurants rather than return for a second sitting. In contrast, the same could not be said for The Wake, the chop house that was another one of our firm favourites. And again located on deck 6, however had to be accessed via this grand staircase from deck 7. But despite the opulent decor, the star of the show was without doubt the floor-to-ceiling windows facing out to the aft of the ship, hence the name of the restaurant. Now this was also the other option for both evening dinner and daytime brunch. But whereas Razzle Dazzle had a more casual ambience, the Wake had a distinctly more opulent feel and was definitely the more upscale of all the restaurant options. But with the menu offering the more traditional brunch favourites, but some with a twist.
So what do you think of your pulled pork Benedicts then?
It's a bit unusual, isn't it? Pulled pork on a Benedict. It's nice, but I would say definitely the crab is the better one to go. That's my favourite. You're going to help me out?
No. It's all yours.
Oh, thanks. And although Virgin operate a very casual come-as-you-are approach to dress code, this was probably the one venue where people made an effort. Probably not a sensible thing to do this with a white shirt on, lots of fat. You got enough, babe?
No, it might need a bit more.
And on deck 7, just outside the entrance to the Wake, you will find the dockhouse and bar. which is busy in the afternoons and evenings or during bad weather, but is the indoor portion of the more popular outdoor deck, the dock. With commanding views, this large promenade spans the entire width of the aft of the ship. With ambient music and bar service to the lounges and daybeds, this is the perfect spot to chill in the sun on a lazy sea day. So although not a formal restaurant as such, Dock and the Dock House serve a Mediterranean-inspired menu of meze and small plates, perfectly complementing the laid-back vibe by raising your flag when ready to graze throughout the day.
So you know what, we just thought we'd order one of everything, so never mind, happy days, cheers!
Given that our cruise started in Athens, every afternoon they introduced a happy hour specials of Greek-inspired dishes to help mix up the variety. Suffice to say, the dock was extremely popular every day at sunset or whenever we were in one of the many scenic ports on our bucket list cruise. So if you're enjoying this video, make sure you follow our Resilient Lady series where we also cover other aspects of our first cruise experience with Virgin Voyages. Not to mention the incredible ports of call on this unique repositioning cruise, including Athens, Santorini, Rhodes, Cairo, Luxor and ending in Dubai. But most importantly, we please ask that you hit that like and subscribe buttons. It really goes a long way in helping support this channel and for us to bring you even more videos like this in the future. But of course, the dock was also a great alfresco spot to admire the colourful wake at night. But now heading up to deck 15, we come to the last of our dining options requiring reservations. Now for this Korean barbecue restaurant, like any communal teppanyaki or hibachi restaurant, I would recommend you go with someone you know, as the mix on the table can be very hit and miss. So although up for being sociable, the random mix of people can mean the difference between an average or an outstanding night. And as the tables are somewhat cosy, we got there earlier to make sure we weren't pinned in the corner. And even despite the interactive drinking game at the beginning to get everybody loosened up, unfortunately though, the characters on our table did not gel well together, so although they may have been better with a different group of people, this was a one and done for us. Now located at the rear of the ship on deck 15, you will find the Galley, Virgin's alternative to the traditional cruise ship buffet and main dining hall. Where at the entrance you will find the grounds club for specialty coffee, self-service drink stations and pre-packed grab-and-go food items. But the concept is more of a food hall operation. So instead of long self-service lines for pre-prepared food, instead here you can order at one of many food stations or with one of the many roaming servers that were always happy to assist. And your food is then prepared fresh to order and delivered to your table rather than waiting in line. And although open for all of the main meal services, the emphasis was on casual and convenience. So although a great concept, did feel a little cafeteria-like. So although we used frequently for breakfast and dinner, we never ate here in the evening, as frankly there were nicer venues to choose from. That said, the service at all the stations here was excellent, with all staff being extremely helpful and interactive, especially since all gratuities are already included. Now I appreciate that Virgin have a very casual approach to their dining with no formal dress codes, but my one criticism would be, especially given that Virgin are targeting towards the more luxury end of the cruise market, is that the Galley could feel a little bit more refined and a little less functional, especially as other cruise lines are adopting this format, with competitors like NCL now offering the Indulge food hall, which definitely feels more upmarket and somewhere you would be more inclined to eat in the evening. However, as the main drop-in eatery for both breakfast and lunch, it does get incredibly busy. So keep watching until the end for our top tip for what to do as an alternative for breakfast on a busy port day. All things considered though, the Galley delivered on excellent food quality and was definitely a step up from your traditional cruise buffet, with the standout items being the ramen bowls, the cooked to order omelettes, the variety of salads and of course the bakery items. And although inside can get very busy, many sailors completely forget that there's this fantastic terrace at the back which is usually deserted. And lastly, up on deck 16, tucked away above the pool next to the DJ booth, you will find the Sun Club Cafe. Serving poke bowls and bao buns, the menu is somewhat limited but makes for a nice change and not far to go from the pool deck. Now moving back down to deck 7, you will find many more of the snacky and naughty treats. And just off the roundabout you will find the incredibly popular pizza place. And no pre-prepared slices sitting under heat lamps here, as all individual pizzas are made fresh to order. You have to leave that for a minute, that's piping hot. Don't have the asbestos mouth. And although the Galley remained open to service the late night crowd, given its proximity to the bars, the pizza place was always a popular choice for the midnight munchies. Next to which you'll find another indulgence, the comically named Lick Me Till Ice Cream, serving a variety of flavours, perfect for anyone with a sweet tooth. That is fantastic, thank you so much. And continuing aft on deck 7, you come to the other grounds club where their bakery items are also included. And then lastly, onto the social club for your snacky items such as pretzels, hot dogs and popcorn, which we did our best to avoid. So aside from managing your dining reservations well, what is our top tip for dining? So on a busy port day, especially like Santorini using tenders, the Galley will be incredibly busy. So instead of fighting the crowds, why not have breakfast in your room? As you can order the delivery service, Ship Eats, from your mobile app or the tablet in the room for $5. However, if you are ordering any paid items such as a specialty coffee from your bar tab, this is then instantly refundable. And choosing your time slot, it comes delivered in a thermal duffel bag for you to enjoy on your balcony. So instead of rushing to get ready and then head down to fight the queues in the Galley, instead you can graze on your items while leisurely getting ready, which is exactly what we did in Santorini, taking in the stunning scenery whilst leisurely enjoying French toast and a latte. Sit back and enjoy it, watching the tender boats go back and forth until it's your time to leave, making our departure to catch our tender slot as hassle-free as possible. So why is it, when dining is so inclusive, that Virgin Voyages do not have a drinks package? Well, they include basic bevies for most of your soft drinks, including sodas, and you can purchase a bar tab prior to sailing, with often promotions giving additional credits. And given there are promotional drinks and alcohol is reasonably priced, people don't tend to go as overboard as you will find with included drinks packages. Though watch this space, as that could be about to change, as Valiant Lady recently trialled an inclusive drink package for $95 a day per person, so I've yet to see if this is something they will bring back again in the future. So join us for our next video where we review all of the entertainment options on board, with their alternative approach to stage shows in the Red Room and cabaret offerings in the Manor, and shaking things up with the resident drag queen, and some of the best live music at sea with a diverse range of musical acts. And not forgetting the legendary Scarlet Night with its pop-up performances and pool party. And we're lucky enough to be on board during a themed cruise where the ship went all out for Halloween. So like us, would you be tempted to convert from an all-inclusive to a cruise? So let us know in the comments, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. But for now, thanks for watching and hope to see you again soon.